Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would do something different. I haven't done this before, so please bear with me. I hope it's gonna go well. I want to take a look at the upcoming Nike SB Dunk Low, what's the Paul, also known as the P-Rod. It will be releasing in a couple of days, but I want to take you guys through the history of P-Rod and his importance with Nike, and also give you guys some resale prediction. I think there are a lot of money we can potentially make with this release. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, first and foremost, we want to talk and we want to understand what Paul Rodriguez means for Nike, or P-Rod, as some of us might know him. So I have a couple of notes here. I did some research. I always want to go, and check the story behind a certain shoe. So this way I can better understand, the significance and also the value that the sneaker might bring into the sneaker culture. So just a quick note I have here with Paul Rodriguez. Obviously, he's a professional street skateboarder. That's what really defines him, and that's how he ended up getting the contract with Nike. But also, he's a actor, rapper, and a recording artist. So, things that we might not have heard about him, but he did all of the above that I mentioned. He signed his first Nike deal in 2005. So, 16 years ago, that's when the first P-Rod or Paul Rodriguez came out back in 2005, and up to date he has 10 shoe collaborations with Nike. When the P-Rod 8 came out, probably 10 years ago or so, he was in a very select group. There were only 4 athletes that had 8 signature shoes with Nike, and the other 3 were Kobe, LeBron, and Jordan. So this is how big Paul Rodriguez is with Nike, and especially with the SB department at Nike, the skateboarding department. I would say he is the, one of the top 3 maybe founders or foundation for the SB culture, and he really helped Nike break into that market. So now that we have a better understanding of who Paul Rodriguez is and what he has done for Nike and the SB culture, let's dive in a little bit in the skateboarding culture, the SB culture. I am actually part of a couple SB groups on Facebook, and there are a couple of things that really set this culture apart from, let's say the streetwear, the Jordan, the Yeezys, and, the high-end fashion ones. What I can tell you for sure and what I've noticed is, number one, the SB guys are, very old school and diehard SBs. If you go to their collections, I would say 99% of them, they only rock with SB and Dunks. They might have, a Jordan here and there, or maybe a Adidas or Yeezy or Ultra Boost, just because of the comfort. But for majority of them, they're diehard SB collectors and Dunks. So that's what their main focus is. And then also, if I were to make a, age group for them, I would say that most of them are, 30 plus, in their mid 30s, mid 40s. I haven't seen a lot of view for under 30, under 20 in those sneaker groups that I'm in. So this is one difference from the SB to the the Jordan culture, for example, or maybe the newer Yeezys. They're diehard and they're over 30s. And one more thing, it's they skate their shoes. They actually skate, and they're not afraid to break into Travis Scott or the Supreme SB Dunks. They will actually take them, wear them, beat them out, and they will just skate until the soles come out, or they have holes and rips in the sneakers. So that's how, in a nutshell, I would define this SB culture, this SB groups that I'm in. And this is just a side note, so we can have an overall understanding of the culture. And usually when a shoe comes out, they don't really like paying resale. They're diehard again with the SB. They have their connections with the skate shops, they will do whatever it takes to grab it, but they're not very open of paying resale. They would, again, rather pay retail just like everyone else, and that's what their main focus would be. So now that we have established the background and we know the story behind the Paul Rodriguez and the SB culture, let's look at the what the Pauls. So first and foremost, these will be releasing on, we have 2 dates actually. We have May the 22nd, that was gonna be on the Shopify websites or, the small boutiques, also the skate shops. Most of them, from my understanding, from my knowledge, are doing raffles. You might have a chance of still getting an open raffle and you can sign in. Some of them might have a shock drop, a first come, first serve. It's recommended that you follow their Instagram or Twitter page or just their website. They will just have a shock drop, whether it's gonna be, opening hours or early in the morning. I honestly have no idea, but it might be a shock drop of first come, first serve. Or again, like I mentioned, you can have the raffles, or some Shopify boutiques, they might have an online drop. And if you're looking to go for those, again, May 22nd, retail is going to be 150 US, so it's slightly a bit over than your regular retail for an SB. And you might have a good chance of going manual, because from what I've noticed on the Shopify websites, they usually use an H CAPTCHA. It's either a password, or you got to answer the question, or you gotta, fill out those, you gotta click on some images. So, for the sneaker bots, there are not a lot out there on the market that can do that. I think Cyber is probably the only one that has a H CAPTCHA implemented in their software. So you do have a good chance of winning the raffle or copying manual. I would highly recommend you try and do that. And then we also have the sneakers drop. In US, it's May 24th, again, 150. And if you're in Canada, it's May 22nd actually. So we do have a sneakers drop in Canada, May 22nd. Retail is going to be 190 Canadian. In terms of stock, I don't have a number. There are rumors around 10,000 pairs worldwide, which is obviously not a lot. The demand is definitely up there. And chances are slim, let's be honest. But looking at the numbers, and this is where we're going to talk about resale, I would highly recommend you go for this drop. Resale right now, it's looking anywhere between 700 to 800 US. I've seen some bids close to $1,000, but that's for the bigger sizes like size 14 or 15. Usually with SB, with dunks, most profitable ones are size 10 and up. So if you're planning to go for that, by all means, try and go for the bigger sizes. It's a better chance to have, a better return, a better profit. And when you look at 150 compared to 700-800, that's 5 times your initial investment. It's definitely a good profit. Now, after the drop, I expect the price to dip a little bit. I might see them somewhere between 500 to 600. And this is simply because it is a trend. This is what it usually happens. And then also because, I'll be honest, Paul Rodriguez, when it comes to his signature shoes, they don't really go for, a lot of money, or if they go for anything over retail. And I'm telling this from my experience. I've had probably 10 or maybe 15 pairs in the last couple of years. And I'll be very honest, it took me a while to sell them. Even on StockX, on GOAT, or maybe consignment stores, I had a very hard time selling them, simply because there's not a lot of demand. And then also, his shoes are strictly made for skating. Like, I wouldn't wear, or I don't think I'll be comfortable wearing it, to my grocery store or maybe to the mall or anywhere else. They're strictly made for skateboarding, for skating, and you gotta take it as it is. That's why resale, it's not looking crazy. If you look across the board, you might find a couple of pairs that can go for maybe 300, maybe 350, but there's only one bid here and there, and there's not a lot of ask. That means whoever has the pairs is actually rocking them, breaking them, beating them up, and then just skating in them pretty much every day. So going back to the Paul, I would probably expect price to dip around $500 to $600. And from the rumors or from the information that I was able to gather from the SB sneaker groups, I would see it go back up to maybe $800 to $1,000. But this is definitely a long hold. A couple of years, maybe 4 or 5 years, maybe 10 years, who knows. I don't see it going anywhere over $1,000, to be honest. I gave you guys some arguments, and I've seen a couple of YouTubers trying to compare this SB What the Pole to the SB What the Dunk, but I don't even want to get into that because there is no comparison, period. The SB What the Dunk is a grail, iconic shoe. SB What the Pole, it is relatively a grail, but only for just a few of us. It's not a very sought after, and I don't see it going anywhere close to what the Dunks are going for. My honest opinion, my suggestion for you guys, if you get a pair for retail, try and sell it as fast as you can. You're making a lot of money within a couple of minutes or maybe a couple of hours. How long it will take you to make the sale, $500-$600 profit, it's a no-brainer. Take it, sell it, move on to the next. The only way I would see you guys investing is if you have a lot of capital and you want to diversify your portfolio. Just like stock, when you're investing in stocks, you want to have a diversified portfolio. So this is the only way I would see you guys investing in this. But don't jump right away on the market. Wait a couple of days, wait a couple of weeks, because I'll guarantee you within a couple of weeks to maybe a month, everything will slow down. All the sales will slowly die because the hype will be over. Wait, be patient if you really want to invest and if you want to diversify your portfolio, and if you want to wait years and years and years for maybe doubling your money, wait, be patient. You will definitely find a pair for the right price. This is pretty much in a nutshell my suggestion. A little bit of history with Paul Rodriguez and the SB. Again, I did something new. I'm trying it out, and I'm really curious to see your comments, your thoughts. Let me know if you like this kind of of YouTube of information. I would say information session or resale prediction before we have the pair in hand. And as usual, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay safe and God bless.